Hello, back with another video, and this one is a US haul. I've got quite a lot to get through, so I'm just going to launch straight into it. Basically I was in New York last weekend and picked up a few bits across drugstores, Sephora, some clothes, and a couple of candles randomly from Bath & Body Works. So two of those from Bath & Body Works. It was the Buttercream Mint, which is a really nice sort of creamy mint fragrance one, which is from their Christmas collection, and it was reduced from $20 to $8, so that was a little bit of a bargain. And then I also picked up this one, which is Oceanside, which is just a really lovely fresh fragrance one. I really like these as well because they're white and mint, because I quite like when I've got candles, I don't want them to sort of completely clash with any other decoration stuff. So mint, I've got quite a lot of that sort of colour around the rest of the flat. Obviously not in here because it's purple, but the rest of the flat is a bit more sort of light minty sort of fresh colours. Next up, I've got quite a few bits from the drugstore stuff. This is across CVS, Walgreens and Duane Reade, so it's pretty much everything that I picked up. So I'm going to start with a random one. I picked up this, which is O'Keeffe's Working Hands Hand Cream. I've seen this on like stands and things around the store before, and I've always been a little bit curious about it, but I always thought like, oh no, that's for sort of industrial hands, busy hands and things, which is probably true, but I actually decided that I've got really dry hands. If it works, I don't really care if it's for builders. So I thought I'd give it a go, and for some reason picked that up. There we go. I also, skincare wise, I bought the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask, which is one that I'd read about on a couple of blogs I think in the past. It's so drying up acne pimples, reducing away blackheads and shrinking enlarged pores. Probably not things that I tend to have the biggest problems with. My problem is probably more dry skin, so in that front it's probably a bit of a silly purchase, but it smells really nice, and the woman at the counter said that it was really good. Then I picked up these two, which I think are probably coming to the UK, because I saw a post on Jane's blog just after I picked them up actually, and I just saw them and thought they were a bit interesting because they weren't things that I'd seen in the UK. So they're both from the Herbal Essences Naked range. There's the shampoo, which the whole thing is paraben, silicone and colourant free. And then there's also the dry shampoo, which is probably the one I'm most interested in because I haven't seen them do a dry shampoo, and I'm a big fan of dry shampoo. So I picked up both of those. On to the more fun stuff. Oh, actually, one more hair thing. I got this, which is the Not Your Mother's Beach Texturizing Cream. And it's, I quite like the packaging of this. I think that's probably what sold it to me, and I do like the whole Beach Babe hair stuff. I don't think you can get this in the UK from what I remember. Sometimes it's hard to remember what you can and can't, purely because I read US blogs almost as much as I read UK ones, so sometimes you see products on other blogs and sort of they become familiar to you because you've seen them a few times, but you kind of lose track of whether it's a US or a UK one, if that makes sense. But I picked up that as well, so hopefully that's going to give me Beach Babe hair with any luck. And then, so on to the fun stuff, there's these two that I picked up. They're both fragrances from the Demeter, I'm not sure you say it, fragrance library, which I think is a really fun idea. They had this whole row of all these different fragrances, and they're all things from, like, they're just normal scents, so things that you sort of, you know when you say, oh I wish you could bottle that, so like, I don't think they had this, but they should totally have fresh baked bread. That'd be an amazing one. But they had stuff like fresh cut grass, fresh laundry, I think it was like sun lotion. Okay. There was a few really nice fragrances basically, and they were all quite interesting, so I spent ages sniffing these and deciding which ones I really liked, and finally decided on baby powder, which does just smell of baby powder, and salt air, which is, well, it smells of salty air, I guess. It's kind of, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, I'd love to, like, I love that smell. So they were quite exciting. I thought they were $15 each, and they're described as pick-me-up cologne sprays, and I just love the idea of them sort of quite comforting smells, because they're sort of the things that remind you of home or remind you of a happy place or whatever, or happy time, so it's really nice to kind of be able to bottle that. I also picked up 3 baby lip variants that we can't get at the moment in the UK, which I believe most of them are coming. I got the Neon baby lips in Striker Rose, which is the sort of pinky corally-ish colour, and then I got 2 of the Dr. Rescue balms, which I really like for the packaging as well because they're white and pretty. I got this one, which is just the clear Too Cool one, and then Coral Crave, so sort of pretty pink coral shade as well. I got this lip gloss, which is a Milani one, which is because of, I saw Amelia's video from some stuff that she picked up in the US. I basically spent ages before I went watching other people's US haul videos to see what I should potentially check out and pick up when I was there. and this is a Milani Glitzy Glamour Gloss, try saying that quickly. It's called High Status, and I bought this because Amelia said it's a really good dupe of a Chantecaille lip gloss that I also have and really like. So it's basically a pale baby pink with a golden shimmer running through it. I've actually got it on at the moment, and it is a really nice colour, and it feels really nice to wear. And it's got that kind of girly bubble gummy kind of taste to it a little bit, which is quite nice. Not so much that it's annoying, but kind of cool. Then I picked up a few things from Sally Hansen actually, because I always think the Sally Hansen range over there is actually far better than it is in the UK. Problem Cuticle Remover, which is like a little aloe vera thing, and then I also got the VitaSurge Cuticle Gel to instantly condition and smooth cuticles, both of which kind of look fun. I don't think you can get either in the UK again, but if you can, so be it. But I'm going to give both of those a whirl and see if they sort out my nightmare cuticles. Then, oh, two more from Sally. Another one which is from Viviana Does Makeup, her video, where she picked up the Perfect Arch Brow Kit, which is this little tool, which is kind of a razor and a brush thing. And then also the scissors as well, so you can kind of snip along the top of the brow. And then I just got a little backup of the whole razor tooly thing. And lastly, from the drugstore, I got a Neutrogena foundation and Healthy Skin concealer as well, which just sounded really nice and kind of my sort of foundation, so I thought I'd give those a whirl. Next up, we've got the Sephora stuff. So I do really love Sephora. Absolutely wish it was over in the UK as well, but I do get probably more excited about going to the drugstores when I'm over there, which is probably like a beauty blogger fail or something, but I went in and bought a few things. I'd made a list before I went. I never want to... I go in and you kind of get overwhelmed, there's so much there, you either miss things or you get overexcited and end up buying everything and then go, oh god, how much have I spent? So I went in kind of, I guess, a bit focused on what I was looking to get, starting with the Sephora brand, where I picked up the Baked Sculpting Trio, which is another one that I saw on Amelia's blog, where I looked at the colours and obviously I wasn't going to go for the same as her because she's a completely different complexion to me, but I went for the light shade, which is the sort of the blush highlighter and contouring thing. I probably mostly bought it because I like these two more than the contour, because I'm absolutely hopeless at contouring. This is their 10-hour lip ink, and it's quite a new one I think because it was sort of displayed all over the store, so I'm assuming it's quite new. It's kind of cool because it comes in this kind of test tube shaped packaging. I chose the shade Coral Extract, which is number 06, and we can get the lid off of it. I'm taking the package off. It's, I don't know, but I assume it's very much like the sort of the YSL glossy lip stain type thing. So I'm going to give it a whirl, but it feels really sort of cool and light to apply, so I think it's got that kind of watery texture that actually feels really nice, and the colour is really pretty. So I'll probably do a sort of full review of that on the blog once I've actually given it a chance to give it a test, I think. I picked up two things from the Marc Jacobs range. I was very tempted by the red, which Viviana Does Makeup picked up as well, but I actually decided to go for this one because it's I went for the shade Petra from the nail range because it was a much more unusual colour, I think, compared to sort of stuff I've already got in my collection. So this is the colour I went for. Again, I'll do pictures and everything on the blog so you can kind of see it properly, but it's called Petra, and it's almost impossible to describe. It's kind of bronzy, purpley, shimmery prettiness, and it's really nice. So I'm really pleased I picked that up actually, so I'm definitely going to give that a go. I love the packaging of the Marc Jacobs collection, but I was a little bit surprised about how expensive it was for some reason. I don't know why, because it's Marc Jacobs, it's going to be expensive, but this was $18 for a nail varnish, which felt like quite a lot I guess, but maybe that's just me being a bit tired. Highliner Gel Eye Crayon in the shade Rococo, which again is one that I saw on Amelia's blog. So thank you Amelia for the recommendation. This is absolutely gorgeous because I tried it in the store, and it's one of those sort of gel crayons, and the colour is just a beautiful sort of bronzy browny colour. Absolutely smooth as anything, really pretty, and it's one of those ones where you can kind of click into the lid and make it sharp, which I love. That was, I think that was around $20, which again seems quite steep for a pencil, but it's fine, it's Marc Jacobs and I was on holiday. Next up, which is another sort of unique thing I guess that I picked up from Sephora, is the Sephora Formula X by Sephora Colours. So I picked up this one, which is one that I fell in love with when I first saw it, which is a kind of black base with turquoise matte glitter, so kind of like the Illamasqua speckle polishes, and sort of everybody else has done it since. But I just, for some reason this one just really stood out to me, I really liked it. And then I was going to go for another of their speckly ones because they had some really interesting colour combinations, but I decided to go for this one, which is called Heroic, and it's a sort of glittery shimmer. And now that I look at it, it kind of reminds me of the Petra colour from Marc Jacobs. Oops. But yeah, it's called Heroic, and it's a kind of purpley shimmery base with a kind of gold glitter running through it, which is really pretty. This first one is the chunky glitter one is called Turbulent. So both of those are really exciting, and I'm going to give those a go very soon. I picked up this little mini tube of Derma Doctor KP Duty Moisturising Therapy, which is meant to be a cream that's good for anybody who's got keratosis pilaris. So you know when you get those little bumps on the tops of your arms and stuff, which I tend to get it more in summer than in winter. I think maybe just in winter my arms are covered up and everything, but I thought I'd just get a little mini tube of this because I think this is about $10 and see whether it was any good, and if it was, I'm sure I can track down a bigger tube of it, hopefully. So I will give that a whirl. That was one that I picked up because you know in Sephora they've got those sort of stands of the sort of smaller products, travel products, just mini collections and stuff, which I always get completely suckered into as I'm going up to the till. Oh, I've got a sneaky drugstore thing in my Sephora bag. This is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo by Eye Studio in the shade Bad to the Bronze, which I think is just another one that I don't think we've got the shade over here, and it's a really pretty one, so I picked that up, but that's a drugstore one. And lastly, there were two more things I got from Sephora. I got the Clean Warm Cotton Rollerball scent, which I've had Clean Cotton, I think it is, before. And I just really like them. Again, it's kind of along the same Demeter fragrance thing. I just love that sort of fresh, clean scent. And I love the rollerball selection anyway, because I just think they're really handy. And this, oh, I love it. It literally just does smell like fresh, dry cleaning. Like just beautifully clean, lovely, like literally still warm, which I guess is what it is. So it's literally like your clothes have just come out of the tumble dryer and there's that warm, clean smell. That's what that smells like. So I really like that. I don't know, is it just me that really likes the scent of like really boring things like laundry? Who knows? And then lastly, the final thing I picked up was the Josie Maran Watercolor Cheap Gelee in the shade Poppy Paradise. Let's have a quick look at this. And it's a really, really sort of bright pinky sort of colour, but it's one that goes on a lot sheerer than it looks. But I've heard an awful lot about these. I'm really excited to give these a go. Again, I haven't tried it other than when I was in the store, but the texture is really interesting on them. So very excited to try that one out. That's it from my Sephora stuff. I've got a few clothes bits that I picked up, which I'll just do a really quick run through of because obviously I'm more about the beauty. Right, I went to American Eagle Outfitters, which I love, this place, and I could probably spend a small fortune in there. I got this jumper, which I'm basically obsessed with sweatshirts at the moment. I've always been a fan of comfort dressing, and the fact that like jumpers and sweatshirts are actually fashionable now, I absolutely love it. So I picked this up, which is a kind of grey jumper with just like a floral print all over it and just a sort of slouchy sweatshirt style. I picked up, oh they're from Aeropostale actually, so they're not from there. I picked up this shirt, which was actually on sale there, which is really cool. So it's like a khaki sort of kind of army style shirt, I guess, but the fabric of it's quite interesting because it's quite thick, but it feels quite sort of flowy and nice. I think it's still got that kind of girly touch to it, which is really cool. So that was only about $20 in the end, which was marked as 50, so that was awesome. Love that when it happens. And then I also got, dropping the bag, I got this top from American Eagle as well, which is, it's kind of, this bit's silky, so it's like grey silk, and then jersey on the back as well, and it's kind of dipped hem at the back, and it's kind of got the grey going around there, so I really like that, and it's kind of nice as a sort of fairly casual but evening outfit. From Aeropostale I picked up some of my favourite jogging bottoms, which I'm sort of like the blogger guilty, look pretty from the waist up for videos and then you're wearing joggers on the bottom. So I picked up a pair of those, which is awesome, and then I picked up this, just a really simple sort of white cotton shirt from them as well, which I thought was quite nice, and it's quite sheer, but it's just quite sort of silky and nice, and it feels sort of comfortable rather than formal, I guess. And picked up this, which I'd seen on the first trip and then kept thinking about it, so I decided to pick it up sort of second time round. And it's just a sort of slouchy hoodie thing, but again it's quite thin, it's not a particularly thick one, and it's stripy, which I love, as you can probably tell since I'm wearing them, and it's a sort of one size fits all apparently size, so I just picked up that because I thought it looks comfy but not sort of too slobby, I guess. And then went to Macy's and I picked up a few bits actually. Well, I tried on a load of Levi's. They had a load of Levi's on sale in there, but then basically the first time we went I saw these, and if you follow me on Instagram you've probably already seen them. But there's these Nike trainers, and they're basically the sort of dunk style, which I'm definitely not cool enough to use the word dunk, but then they've got this sort of purple and grey and black sort of pattern all over them, which for some reason I just absolutely fell for them, and they were in the sale as well, so that was quite cool. So I picked those up, and I also picked up a Super Bowl hoodie from Macy's as well, because obviously we're there for the Super Bowl and I do love hoodies. So I think I'm wearing it in a blog post that it will go up on Monday, which may be before or after this. I don't know when this is going to go live, but it's a post about straightening your hair, so I'm wearing it in that. Then I did go to Victoria's Secret as well, and I did only buy stuff from the pink section, which is probably much to my boyfriend's dismay that he would love me to buy some more sort of sexy underwear, but nope, I like the comfy stuff, sorry. But the main thing I bought from there, along with, I did buy a bra and stuff, but nobody wants to see my bra, so I bought a like navy lacy, like it's kind of sporty but lacy bra, which is quite nice. But then I bought this as well, which is just another little hoodie thing from Pink, quite simple, sort of just with the little dog on the front. But then on the back it's got the animal print pink, which I think is awesome. So completely probably tacky, but never mind. I think that's it. That's everything I bought.